Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to your daily read. We're going to talk about Sunday, December 4th, 2022. So, I do want to remind you, as always, this is general for the day for all 12 signs. So, just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But let's jump right into it and pull from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck and see what we get for us. That's absolutely upside down. Bear with me. We do have the Path and Fruition at the split deck, feeling quite relevant for us. A feeling of us individually each benefiting from our hard work. Okay, the fruits of our labor is coming through with this one, while we're putting thoughts and even effort towards improving our path individually. Okay, how am I going to make things healthier moving forward, or just better for oneself? Okay. Of course, how that comes to be or what that entails, that's going to vary from case to case. But how are we going to improve our path? We have discernment. Yeah, it feels like there's a need for you to solidify in one's mind to discern who and what's right for you in small moments throughout this day in regards to what to and who to keep with you moving forward. Spirit's saying not everything, excuse my voice, not everything needs to be thought after is what I just heard. Not everything needs to be figured out, 100% decided upon throughout this specific Sunday, but it feels as if, some of which needs to be, you need to take steps closer to figuring it out, okay? As I catch my breath, let's pull a couple more. Nourishment. In my mind, a Sunday is great for nourishing one's soul, one's temple. Really didn't love the fact that I said temple there, but Spirit's saying recently, being drawn to this reading, Ten of Wands vibe, things have felt a bit heavy, whether it's due to where you're living, whether it's due to where you're working, certain financial obligations, people you're connected to, or one specific person. It could be more than one thing for you, but Spirit's saying you're doing an amazing job at coping. Allow for oneself to take a deep breath and recognize that things will get lighter moving forward. And this is part of why we're putting thoughts and even efforts towards improving your path, right? Making a switch up, or just figuring out how to see things just better for oneself. Okay, your connection to the moon will take a highlight. Your connection to the moon. There's a snake, if not multiple, in your midst is what I'm getting. I'm surprised I didn't wear my snake ring, and that's taking a highlight. Remember who you can trust by feeling out the energy, okay, or just not forgetting what you already know. But yeah, taking care of oneself. I feel like for a lot, naturally on a Sunday, the comfort of your home situation will come to be. It may not be a situation where you can wrap oneself up with that level of comfort. Just depends. But I also, okay, now I'm getting cheese specifically. If you look at the moon here, as random as that is, everything comes out for a reason. But I really do feel as if Spirit's saying step by step with the 7 and the 8, we're going to get you to where you need to be. Things are going to improve and grow and develop as they're meant to. But because there's a reason why the Path card's coming out a second time, okay? Imagine it how you wish to see things in an ideal world for oneself. Don't get overwhelmed when doing so, but Spirit's saying you can do no wrong by imagining the best at this point. And just it's all part of your, they're saying imagination process, your manifesting process, okay? Let's get to the better. Let's pull from the Light Seers deck. Yes. Do some shuffling. Okay, what else do we have for Sunday? Flying out 411. Look up the angel number, meaning 411. Okay, 1 for each one. Very interesting. So Spirit's saying you are being noticed for the path that you're walking, right? How your path is developing and changing. For some reason, I thought this was connected with the nourishment card, but you could find oneself noticed for how you're glowing at this point during your week and how you're shining through your work. But I do feel like regardless, your path is changing and developing, and even more so, and this is gaining you a bit of attention. Do be selective as to who you update in regards to how you're debating on switching things up moving forward, or how things are just developing for you individually. But yeah, there's an underlying focus on your passion, okay? The words that you convey, the messages, and how that affects others in a positive light, and even sparks that passion within other people all the meanwhile. But I just feel like there's a focus to an extent underneath it all on your individual transformation, how something else that you've been working on is transforming all the meanwhile, and how beautiful that is, okay? I feel like this is a day, I just heard rest easy, and I feel like you just need to allow for oneself to implement some time to simply just be, to just rest, okay? To potentially make up for times recently where you couldn't really do so, whether it was because you were too busy, whether it was more so and or because of noise factors or just the energy in the air, your spirituality, you name it. Of course, everyone's going to have a different case, but it just feels like Spirit's saying, rest, my beautiful soul, rest. You absolutely deserve it, okay? You owe it to oneself. I think it's interesting we're going backwards for this, for these clarifiers. But the Six of Cups for the Nourishment card, through acts of nourishing oneself, through acts of self-care and just even rest, because remember, that is self-care, you are going to have one, if not several moments that flash you back, okay? It doesn't mean that these are going to be positive flashbacks, but there's a reason for it. I'm being drawn to the word extra, something that was too much, I feel the need to say, or somebody who is extra. It could be a positive flashback, but I feel for some it's tying into that Ten of Wands. Okay, somebody who is being too much. Spirit saying, we need you to remember why you need to push forward, okay? And even why it's so essential for you to have comfort at this time and moving forward and to take care of oneself, okay? The number 7 spiritually coming into play. The Ten of Pentacles here for the Discernment card. They absolutely wanted this one to be last because it's a day where you're being pushed to discern, right? To trust in your intuition, how energy affects you even potentially for some in regards to moving towards your happily ever after. This could be in regards to work for you, could be in regards to a financial investment, both for some. I just feel like, and even again for some, whether or not you're going to stick with something or allow for something to stick with you, because it just feels like there's so much room for improvement. And this is where your decisions lie moving forward, okay? Especially one big one for some. Let's pull one for the middle of each. Judgment, honesty with oneself, potentially honesty with other people, the act of releasing in the near future in order to just feel the weight released, to be lifted, okay? To feel the clouds clearing in the midst of all of which, absolutely beautiful. It's necessary, okay? There's efforts again put forth towards and even thoughts of doing what's right for you with the Eight of Cups. Bear with me. Yeah, I just feel like Spirit's saying, do you see the sun in the distance? Do you see the sun here? We need you to walk towards it, okay? So it makes me think that in another sense, the moon is taking a highlight as far as your connection to it, but your connection to the sun all the meanwhile, okay? I don't know why I feel the need to keep pulling. We also have the Magician. You're manifesting throughout this day and it's quite efficient, okay? So channel your mind, your intention, your intentions, your focus towards what you desire, right? Going back to that initial imagination message, okay? Imagine what you desire, okay? I do feel like there's going to be small moments of reflecting throughout this day on one's appearance, okay? Admiring oneself, potentially looking at where improvement could come to be, right? When it comes to especially your facial feature, needing to see certain self-care routines be kept up with more so moving forward, regardless of what you've been dealing with, regardless of, they're saying even more so in regards to, or due to what you've been dealing with, regardless of how busy you've been, right? Life may get busy, life might feel a bit Ten of Wands-ish, but it just reminds you that makes it even more important to keep up with it, right? Or to keep up with those routines. Bear with me, there's a freaking bug crawling. But bottom of the deck, nicely to finish this up. The Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles giving us the beautiful message of 10-10, which strongly speaks upon abundance, okay? In the midst of desiring improvement, desiring change even, and wanting to see one's path unravel in a healthy, comfortable manner, a very successful manner, there is true abundance at this time to be experienced. But I really do feel like in this instance, in this case, the Ten of Cups is saying, what's going to make you feel comfortable? Okay, what's going to make you feel a sense of ease within, so that what takes place as far as your efforts outside of you feel even more efficient and balanced all the meanwhile. It's absolutely important to put thoughts and even efforts towards that throughout this specific Sunday and moving forward. You owe it to oneself, and you owe it to what you wish to see continue or begin to grow and prosper in the way it's meant to. Notice the abundance throughout this day, as Spirit says, get ready for things to improve. You owe it to oneself. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you next time.